If I were to start my journey as an animator all over in 2025, then these are the 5 things that I would focus on. So stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel. The channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation, and if that is you, welcome, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. And just a quick reminder that tomorrow I am hosting my free online webinar called Your Animation Dream, How to Make It a Reality. So in this webinar, it is a free webinar. So in the description, I'll place a link and you can just sign up. And hopefully I will see you there tomorrow. And this is just going to be a webinar where I'm just going to help you pave out a way so that you can reach your goals, whatever they may be, as an animator. If you want to work at Pixar or you just want to create your first short film, doesn't matter what your dream or end goal is as an animator, this webinar will help you pave out a way so that you can reach your dream. So if you are interested, again, in the description below, there's a link. Just click there and I will you can register. It is free and hopefully I will see you there tomorrow. So I've been an animator now for quite a time, for a few years now, and I mean, this channel has been running now for 4 or 5 years already. So yeah, I've been an animator for quite some time, and if I were to start from scratch, if I were to start my journey as an animator, because I didn't go to university or college, I'm basically self-taught. Okay, so yes, I did took online courses, I did have a coach that helped me, etc. So there's a lot of things that did help me, but there's a lot of mistakes that I've made, a lot of things that I've learned along the way. So if I were to start over, then there's 5 things that I would really focus on as a beginner, and hopefully this will help you. If you are new to animation and you are starting out, then these are the 5 things that I would recommend you start off with. So the first one is start with 2D animation. So even if your end goal is to work at Pixar and do 3D animation, I would recommend you start off with 2D animation. And there's a few reasons why. 2 main reasons. The first one is it is a lot more affordable. Because with 3D animation, you're going to need a much bigger PC with a massive graphics card. And so to start off with, it is going to be a lot more expensive for you to go into 3D animation. And then secondly, 2D animation is a lot more simplified. It's in the 2D world. So it is a lot easier to animate. It's a lot quicker to animate. And you will still learn all the basics and the fundamentals of 2D animation, or of animation, that you can always go and apply in 3D animation once you move over to 3D animation. So you're going to learn the basic fundamentals of animation as well. But you're going to learn it so much faster because 2D animation is a lot more simplistic than 3D animation. Like I've mentioned, it's in a 2D world, it's not in a 3D world. So if you want to start out with, 2D animation is a lot easier to learn, it's a lot faster to learn, and it's a lot cheaper to start off with. You don't have to worry about upgrading your PC and get a new graphics card, etc. So it's a lot more affordable, it's a lot faster to learn, and you will still learn all the fundamentals of animation like keyframes, all of those things, blocking, etc. So what you're going to learn in 2D animation, you will end up be able to apply in 3D animation later on. So for me, it makes sense to start off with something that's more affordable and quicker to learn, and you'll be able to create animations much faster. So you're going to learn faster as well, because now you can learn movements. You can apply the 12 principles of animation while you are still in the beginning stage because the learning curve is so much faster. And then once you've got all the fundamentals and you know animation, all the basics, the principles, etc., then you can go over to 3D animation, and 3D animation will go, you're going to grasp it so much faster. So yeah, that's just my recommendation. If you want to go into 3D animation straight off, you can do that. But like I say, as a beginner, someone who wants to start off, who hasn't done any animation yet, if you want to start off, 2D animation is a much easier way for you to start off with. You're going to learn all the basics, and then you can apply that later on when you move over to 3D animation. So this is just my recommendation. It's going to be much better for you to start off with 2D animation. You're going to learn a lot more faster. The second thing that I would recommend, the second tip, is to get the right software. Do some homework. Make sure you get the right software, and you if I can give you an example quickly, my history is actually in sound engineering. I've got my own recording studio. Before I went into animation and started my streaming platform, I actually have a recording studio, my own recording studio, and that was my full-time job. I recorded music for artists and CDs, etc. And so luckily for me, my goal was always to work for myself and have my own studio. But the problem is I learned on Cubase, and I've used Cubase, and that was great. I know Cubase. It's a soft recording and mixing software, and I know it offhand. If I want to create a certain effect or want to create something, I know exactly how to do it because I know how the software works. I've been working on it for so long. But if I were to work, if my end goal was to work in a large recording studio one day, well, excuse me, the industry standard is Pro Tools. Okay, so I've never worked on Pro Tools. So if I started working on Cubase and if I get a job, I'm really going to struggle because I'm going to go like 5 steps backwards to learn the software, and I'm going to be very slow. If I want to achieve something, I'm not going to know exactly how to do it, and it's really going to hinder me. So to do your homework in the beginning, to do your homework in the beginning to get the right software, to start off with the right software, it's really going to help you a lot later on. Now, if your end goal is just to work for yourself, create your own animations, create your own short films or whatever, create your own YouTube channel with animations, then the software you're going to use, it doesn't really matter. So that's why I'm saying do some homework. And if you want a list of software, I do have a free list. I'll put it in the description. Just click there and I'll send this list for you. So it's a list of all the 2D and 3D animation software available with links, so you can click on them and you can actually see the price, the functionalities, the specs needed, etc. So you can do a little bit of homework. But yeah, it is very important to get the right software in the beginning so that you don't have to change and learn a new software later on. And then if I can just add on this, learn the software. Because at the end of the day, the software is a tool, and the better you know the tools you have to your disposal, the better animations you can create. So if you know all the functionalities and everything of the software can do, you just have more tools to your disposal and you can do so much more. So learn your software. Take some online courses that can help you learn the software, because that really, really helps. If you want to start, if you start animating and you have a software and you don't really know how to use it, you're going to be very frustrated very early on, and it's going to feel like you're not getting anywhere and you just want to throw in the towel and quit. So one of the first things is decide what software you're going to use and then go take some online courses. Don't go on YouTube and try to learn the software. I've tried to learn Blender that way, and I just struggle. It's just, you don't know, if you don't know a software, you don't know what to search for on YouTube. You're just going to search Blender tutorials, and it's going to show you random videos on different topics, and now you have to puzzle everything together to get the bigger picture, where with an online course everything is outlined for you from the beginning right to the end, advanced, etc., and it's easy to consume. So I highly recommend you take an online course. When I started my animation journey, the software that I've purchased came with an online course to learn the software, and I can't tell you how much that has helped me. Just to know the software, I could basically start animating immediately, and that was so helpful for me. And I can highly recommend you guys find the right software and then take an online course, invest in it. It's really going to help you, and you're not gonna be as frustrated with the software. Then the third thing is to learn the fundamentals. Okay, so when I say fundamentals, I'm not talking about the 12 principles of animation. That is more advanced. Okay, so the 12 principles of animation is when you're animating, and now you want to enhance your animation. You want to make it better, so you incorporate the 12 principles of animation. But if you don't know the fundamentals of animation, timing, keyframes, blocking and posing, if you don't understand those things, FK and IK, then you are really going to struggle, and you won't be able to incorporate the 12 principles of animation. So you're going to need to learn the basic fundamentals of animation, just to lay the groundwork. It's like your foundation. Okay, that's why fundamentals, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but fundamentals probably come from the word foundation. So because that is the building blocks you're going to build upon. Okay, so you need to lay the groundwork, the foundation to build upon to get better. Okay, so learn the fundamentals, and I do have an online course on my website called Begin Animation, the complete course for complete beginners. Now, this course doesn't teach you animation and how to animate and how to rig characters and how to design characters, etc. It doesn't teach you that. It teaches you the fundamentals. It gives you the groundwork. So once you know everything regarding animation, then you can start implementing it, and you can add layers on top of that. You can add the 12 principles of animation. You can now exercise. You can do exercises. If you don't know the fundamentals, what exercises are you going to do? There's not really much you can do. So get the fundamentals, learn it, and then you can grow from there. The fourth step is to learn the animation pipeline. Okay, so this for me is when I started out, I just started animating, and I had to redo so much work because I didn't plan everything. So animation pipeline, there's a reason why your animation studios are following the animation pipeline, because it cuts out a lot of work that you had to redo. It cuts out all the mistakes. It streamlines the whole process. So everything falls in line, and you just follow these steps in this pipeline. So it just helps you a lot. So if you can start off with that, you're going to eliminate a lot of issues later on, mistakes, have to reanimate certain parts because certain things didn't work out because you didn't do your planning beforehand. And in the animation pipeline is things like your storyboarding, etc. So the animation pipeline is something that I can highly recommend you start implementing from your very first animation. And that brings me to the last step, is to keep working on your own projects. Okay, so this for me is so important, because for a few reasons. First of all, you're going to practice. The more you animate, the better you're going to get. Okay, so if you don't animate, you're not going to get better. And to have projects, your own little projects that you are working on, it means you are animating, you are working. So that's the first thing. It is a way of exercising. It's a way of implementing all your knowledge into something that you are working on. So it kind of gives you a little bit of experience on working on projects. It also helps you to follow the animation pipeline over and over again. So if you work on a project, you follow the animation pipeline. And then once that is done, you're going to start your next project, you're going to follow the animation pipeline. So you're going to work through the animation pipeline and understand it so much better. And you're also going to start to realize you're going to animate or create your projects a lot faster because you kind of understand the whole process. But then the most important one for me is if you keep working or keep creating your own projects, and once you're done, you put it aside, you start the next one. Okay, so after a while, you can look back at previous ones and see the work that you've done, and then you can look at it and see where can I improve. If you don't have something that you've worked on, if you don't have something that you can look at, you don't know where you can improve because there's no work that you can look at. So work on something. Then once you're done, look at it, maybe be part of a community of like-minded animators that can also critique your work and give you some pointers where you can improve, and then go back or start your next project incorporate or include everything that you've learned, the adjustments you need to make to improve, and then you apply that and you work on your second project. And once that is done, now you have something new to look at and say, okay, is this one better than the previous one? Are there more things I can improve on? Get like-minded animators to critique it and look at it and give you some pointers and learn from that, and then go to your third project. And it doesn't have to be projects like short films, or it can just be a 30-second or a 1-minute animation video. It could be a fight scene. It could be a dialogue scene. It could be different things. But I want you to animate, have small projects that you can work on, so that you have references and see, okay, this project is done. What do I need to improve on? Because now you can actually look at it. Now you can maybe say, you know what, the timing here isn't that great. I need to work on my timing. Okay. And then in your next project, you can work on your timing and see if you can fix that. And then once that is done, you can look at it and say, okay, is the timing better? Do I need to work on it more? Is there other things that need to improve on? But if you don't have work that you can physically look at, then you're not really going to know if you are improving or not. So this for me is crucial, to keep animating and keep working on your own small little projects. And these projects later on, when you are really good, now you can continue working and they can become your portfolio. Okay, and so now you're not really animating to improve and to learn from your mistakes. Now you are keep working on projects that is now your portfolio that you can build if you want to apply for a job at an animation studio or whatever. So you're actually in that rhythm of just creating short animation clips the whole time. So it's going to start off with just learning and improving, and once you reach a level where you're always going to learn, you're always going to improve, but after a while you're going to be at a place where you're very happy with the animations you are creating, and now these small projects you're working at or working on will become your portfolio that you're going to build. And you just keep animating, keep working on new projects all the time, and you're going to get better. So guys, that is basically the 5 tips, the 5 things I would focus on if I were to restart my journey as an animator in 2025. And I've mentioned earlier a community of like-minded animators that can help you, that can critique your work. The worst place to ask for critique on your work is social media, because people will just troll your work. So that's why I have created the Animator Circle, and it is a community of like-minded animators where, first of all, we can learn from each other, we can support each other. There's different Facebook-like groups that you can join. There's one for character creation. There's one for all the different animation software. So all the Blender users are in their own group. And all those who like to work on or learn more about character creation, you can join that group. So you can join the groups that you want, and you can learn from each other. And that's a great, great place for you to feel comfortable sharing your work and ask for critique and advice and learn. And you can also do the same with other animators and critique their work and hopefully help them as well. So if you're interested, in the description, you can also sign up. It is $7 a month. I tried to make it as affordable as possible, but to remove and avoid all the trolls, I had to make it a monthly subscription, because trolls won't pay money to troll. They'll only do it on free platforms. So hopefully you can sign up, and I'm sure it will really, really help you. So guys, that is it for me. I will see you guys next week with another video. So God bless and happy animating.